Please do. Welcome back, everyone, to the Nexus Gaming Series as we get into our Division A East matchup. My name is Bahamut. I am joined by the beautiful, lovely Weenus. How you doing, bud? How you feeling?
Me? Get out of here. I'm doing good. I'm doing well. It's a very exciting Wednesday. It's Wednesday, right? Yeah, it's Wednesday.
We made it halfway through our shortened week.
I'm excited for these two teams, Sky5 and gillyShark. Number 2 seed versus number 7. Upset, maybe. I don't know.
Let's actually show everyone at home how we got to Dragonshire for game number 1. The home team is going to be Sky5. In the playoff format, there is no coin flip. They either choose first pick or map pick. Sky5 chose first pick. Tomb and Braxis hold up, banned up by them. Alterac Pass and Towers of Doom banned up by gillyShark, and gillyShark choosing to take us to Dragonshire. And as Weenus was saying, this isn't going to be the cleanest thing for stream, but hey, you can at least see the bracket right now as it's kind of covered up, but you can actually see down over here towards the lower right-hand side, we have Sky5 as the number 2 seed, as Weenus mentioned, and gillyShark will be our number 7 seed. The winner of this matchup will go up against the winner of the Team Happy Club versus 2 Calculated to Throw matchup later on this week, I'm assuming, or maybe next week. Either way, let's get back into the draft, and we have a Samuro Deckard Kane ban out here on Dragonshire. Weenus, what's your preference? What are you going for on a map like this?
So for Dragonshire, since it's kind of it's almost like a 2-lane map in a 3-lane map. You have the top lane, which is the solo lane, which you really want a really strong solo laner up there that can win that lane and really let the rest of your 4-man do their business in the bottom lane. So I think the solo laner is really important on this map. So I'm interested to see what gets picked up.
Yeah, things like Dahaka are so impactful as well. Being able to brush talk from top to bottom and make a 4v4, maybe a 5v4 in your favor. Falstad's got a lot of good poke potential as well. I think a little more popularized in Europe just because of the playstyle that's out there. Here in the United States, I think or at least in North America, I guess you could say, is going to be probably like Urel, Leoric, maybe a little double soak Zool. I don't know, but we do actually see the Zool coming out first for the members of the gillySharks. Excuse me, that's going to be Sky5. Flip the teams on my for a second there. I was like, wait a minute, Apple Mike is not on the gillySharks.
Oh, hold on a second.
Yeah.
And I do like that respect ban of Samuro getting thrown down. So no Samuro for you, Mr. Stark, in game number 1 at least.
Yeah, and it's also there's going to be a target ban onto the Rexar as well, which they are known for playing. Bagatron, thank you for the 8 months, very much appreciated. Or, excuse me, for the 9 months.
HGC1.
Can you believe it? Can you believe it, Weenus?
You have a baby with Megatron?
I have another baby. Dear Lord, how do I keep up? Joanna Riga on the right hand.
Congratulations.
Wait.
Do the goat
oh no, we need the goat scream. Let's.
Oh, goat scream? Okay, we'll do a goat scream.
All of it. This is why. I love this. Good to see you, Cap Peach. All right, so Joanna Rega on the right-hand side, we have the Zool, Falstad, Stukov. So they are going to be playing that Falstad probably in the solo lane. I believe Frank Jukes is their solo lane player. I actually love the Falstad if they play it in that department, because the fact that you have the range poke, you can also build stacks if you want to go into hammer gains. You can go into wingman too, and maybe they're in the 4-man and they're rotating between mid and bottom. I've actually played Dragonshire like that, so it can be impactful in that light. But we're into another ban phase here. It will be a Garrosh being removed, as they don't want to deal with that. Since they do have this Rhaegar, they're probably going to be stepping in with some sort of bloodlust composition.
Very interesting. I'm looking at the hero pool for picks for season 9 here from Sky5, and I don't see Falstad or Stukov
really
at all in any of these.
So this is like a playoff specialty?
Zool was picked up once, so maybe they're doing something different this time.
Maybe they're just trying to catch them off guard. They've practiced some stuff off of stream. Maybe they've practiced some stuff where it hasn't been scouted out, and they can absolutely just kind of catch the gillySharks off their own scouting report. There we go. I could not think of the word, but they get rid of the Cassia. Cassia has been strong. We've talked about that quite a bit in the stream. We've talked about it in everywhere. She's a strong hero overall, especially in a Bloodlust composition. But I mean, this is Bloodlust. Greymane's still up. He's a great hero for this map overall. We still have things like Tassadar up as well, but it's going to be a Phoenix and it's going to be an Imperius instead. Okay, so Imperius solo lane can be very, very strong. Phoenix. What is the synergy that they're going to be going for? I don't think it's Planet Cracker. I think they're going to go Salvo, but they need some slows with that as well. Maybe like a Jaina?
Yeah, I mean, you get a little bit slow from Johanna if you get to pile them up, and you do have the totem from Rhaegar. So there's some slows, but really what you're talking about is like more sustainable slows, like Jaina I think would be a good addition. A little bit squishy, but could work out because Imperius is probably going to not be around for most of this, right? Because they're going to be split in the top lane.
Yeah, I would expect. Oh, Mal'Ganis is actually just... I was like, wait a second, but Mal'Ganis is no longer banned in NGS, so we do have this Mal'Ganis coming through, which will be the reworked Mal'Ganis, and Tassadar will round things out. I wonder... No, it could have been a steal, actually. I think they could have still gone Tassadar on the set of gillyShark.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll see what this last pick is.
Oh!
Ooh, spicy. Kerrigan.
Huh.
All right.
I'll take
Add
it.
a little more CC. Yeah, add a little more CC there. I like it.
It also gives them...
Which draft do you like more?
Control-wise, I like the side of Sky5, but the aggression out from gillyShark really, really kind of catches my eye, and I think I lean a little bit more into that. Imperius can set up a lot here, and Johanna can play off of that, so I think that's going to be kind of the direction we're mostly heading in with them. If they can, and maybe this is a cop-out, but like, basically, if Johanna and Imperius can set up, Kerrigan, Phoenix should be able to capitalize, but if they're kind of poked down and they're controlled by this Mal'Ganis, I think Zool can maybe set up for a potential burst with Tassadar. So it's just like, I don't know, like, it's these 50-50s. It's really how aggressive the fight comes from gillyShark and how, not passive, but how controlling Sky5 can be. Because I think with their composition, they have a lot of tools to be able to say, you know, we're going to gust away this. We're going to sleep the entire team and everyone gets away. We have Flailing Swipe. We have... Skeletal Mages maybe, but Poison Nova is an option as well, which is just going to be kind of, it spreads people out. So in the end, I lean into gillySharks just from the aggression, but in the back of my mind, I think Sky5 is also still in this realm of being able to really take this game. But either way, I forgot to swap things quite a long time ago, but we're here in game number 1. Sky5 on the left-hand side, we got Crafty Devil on the Mal'Ganis, Apple Mike will be on the Zool, Alan by default on that Stukovs, Frank Jukes will be on the Falstead, and Frill on the Tassadar.
And the right-hand side, we have gillyShark, where we have Stark on Kerrigan, Ryokai on the Phoenix, Chest Looter on Imperius, Veggies on Johanna, and Kaimo Tripson on Rhaegar.
Oh, let's go ahead and get on into mid lane, check out our level 1s, and see what we get for our first engagement as I push all the wrong buttons. There we go. These level 1s don't look too out of the ordinary. Seems pretty much standard. Ooh, actually, we are going to be having Spine Launcher for the Stukov. It's a little more range into this dive-heavy composition, just trying to stay further back as they dive in immediately, and they're going to go for Crafty Devil. That's a lot of damage onto this Mal'Ganis who gets the Fell Claws out, and there's actually a trade. Stark, the first one to go down.
That's first blood, and it's under 20 seconds. I have a feeling this might be a little bit of a bloodbath.
Could be
Lots of fighting.
I expect it. I think gillyShark is going to want to try and step in as much as possible. And we will see them just try and counter that consistently throughout these fights. Falstead is going to be wingman. They will be in that top lane, so range into melees, typically difficult. We'll see how that works out as we kind of poke our heads back up there here and there, but the main course meal here, Weenus, it's going to be this bottom. Actually, hold on. I'm looking at top lane because there's Stark up here, but I think the Celestial Charge doesn't connect and they don't get it.
Oof, bold though, bold though. Fortune favoring the bold, maybe. Already have 45 stacks on static charge though for Tassadar, so that's stacking up quite quickly, quite nicely.
Oh, very well. As Rio gets the blink out, they're gonna be fine right there as Stark just jumps back into lane. I want to watch this top lane a little bit more, and I know there's like brawls happening between the rotations right now, but just range into melee is always difficult, and I always want to try and see how the melee deals with this, because either Frank Juke kind of just wins the lane in a sense, and Imperius just cleans in front of their gate and they freeze, or this is just gonna be one of those situations where Imperius tries to play aggressive, and if they miss one spear, they lose half their health. Holy crap, but Stark coming up again, gonna try and dive in, barrel roll away, and they're out of there, Weenus.
Yeah, Chest Looter on Imperius, you have to land those spears, and some of those are hard to hit, especially with, Falstad being, like, kind of dancing in the background, not wanting to get too close, so it's gonna be hard to nail that target down, but if he does connect, he's gonna be able to do some substantial damage.
It's tested. Sorry, I read Twitch chat for a second. That's going to be a massive force wall. They get the kill onto Phoenix. This will be Apple Mike chasing in further, and that will be first Dragonite going over to the side of Sky5. Very well played from them at the beginning of this, and they're going to kick Crafty. Excuse me. Sorry, I read that backwards. gillyShark's going to be able to grab that. My bad. I keep flipping these teams for some reason this evening, but gillyShark actually grabs the first Dragonite of the game, and they're going to push in through mid lane as Imperius and Falstead still brawl out in top lane. Weenus, how's this looking for you?
Well, 2 kills so far for Sky5, 0 here for gillyShark, but they managed to get the first objective, so, you know, sometimes you gotta make some sacrifices for the greater good, I suppose. So, maybe they'll enter into the team fight a little bit later and have a stronger presence there, but for now, they've gotten the objective, and They got some substantial push in the mid lane.
And with the Dragonite down, Stark is going to try and get out. The Bone Prison connects. Veggie steps in to try and anchor as the main tank. That will be a great condemn to pull Crafty Devil away from them, as they did try and use the Night Rush to get a sleep and set them up. But now 6-5 in levels. Actually, about 6-6 in levels. 2-0 in kills in favor of Sky5. And we have Imperia still clearing out top lane. Doesn't seem like they're really missing out on too much as Falstad flies back in to make sure they're not missing out on that experience through top. Weenus, like, this is good control from Sky5, but I'm not counting anyone out just yet because we haven't seen some of these late game team fights. Like, the post-10 team fight, I think, is going to be really, really telling of the direction this game's going to head in my opinion.
Yeah, and later in the match, there might be a whole lot of confusion and people kind of running around in different areas. And we do have Falstad with the wingman, so he's going to get those bribe stacks, and he's going to try to... I think he might be able to get some camp steals that might create additional pressure in lanes that just will have to be addressed, unfortunately, by gillyShark. We'll see how successful they are at that.
That's actually a really good point, because the sustained pressure that you can add in with that Falstad will be big. I was just looking at the stacks. They haven't bribed anything yet, and they were about 2 stacks off from getting enough for a Siege Giant camp. So maybe they'll hold for the Bruiser camp that's just below them, or they'll sneak down and grab the Siege Giants that will be spawning in about a minute. 7's up on both sides. Force Wall to block Ryokai. They're going to throw a lot of damage onto this Phoenix. And they actually try to blink away, but unfortunately that will not work out for them. And I am having audio issues, so unfortunately we're going to have to mute the in-game sound so it doesn't ruin everything. So it's going to be quiet for a little bit, stream, and Weenus and I will do all the folly work for you. So, my leg!
Ouch!
Sorry, everyone. Unfortunately, I tried like 6 different things before stream today, and there was nothing I could do. I went through a whole thing. It was just like, have you tried all this? It's like, yes. Have you tried? Yeah. So there's I tried rolling back windows. That actually isn't even an option anymore. So I'm gonna format my computer on Friday. That's what I'm doing. That's how I'm spending my night, I think.
Yeah. Have you tried visiting a fountain?
Yeah. Maybe if I. Oh, you know what? Maybe if I just dunk my computer in a fountain, it'll get the regeneration it needs for the frame issues. Okay. Well, either way, sorry everyone if anyone comes into chat and they're wondering why there's no sound. We have to turn it off so that way at least the frames aren't so bad for you it's unwatchable. But either way, it is 8-9, and actually it'll be 9-9 in levels. We'll cycle through some of the other numbers, and we'll just have push in through bottom lane right now as they open things up a little bit further on the side of gillyShark. But there's camp pressure in top, and Dragonite phase is coming through, and 10 talent tier isn't too far off for either of these teams.
I got 9-9 levels, but a heroic talent ain't one yet.
They're very close with this, though. There's actually going to be a lot of damage into this bottom lane as the Fell Claws do come out. That's going to be Rio trying to back out of here. They will be able to get out of there as Frill gets the channel on to the point. We do have Chest Looter up in top lane, and we also have this Kerrigan who's just going to help them out. Stark making sure that wave clears a little bit faster as Frank Jukes is still building up those stacks, just looking really quickly. 10% bonus damage on that lightning rod, and they do have enough for 1 bribe if they want to make that a 25. I think right now the apple of the eye for both these teams is going for the actual objective phase.
Kaimo giving a nice cleanse there to Ryokai, making sure they got out there. That was close. I was scared for Phoenix.
It's like there's been a couple of those moments where Phoenix is not really able to get out, but it seems like this top lane, Frank Juice is going to barrel roll, find Stark on the other side of this. They're going to try and use the Gust, but it's not. Actually, I thought that they had like an Impale or something. No, they summoned the Ultralisk, and that has that point blank stun as this is going to be a Phoenix not able to blink out far enough. Kaimo doesn't have enough healing in the world to save them, and that will be a trade for top and bottom.
Here we go. So now we've got a little bit of a split going on. It looks like maybe gillyShark is going to push in a little bit with the creep wave. Chest Looter up there, but camp needs to be cleared out bottom, and Kaimo is going to go start on that.
Yeah, this Rhaegar should be able to clear things out fairly easily. They did talent into the Lightning Bond at level 1, Lightning Shield at level 1 and 4, so that does give them a little extra, but that will be Kerrigan getting picked off in mid lane. I think a Blessed Shield went out. Yeah, there was a Blessed Shield that went out, but it was more defensive than anything else. It didn't look like they were able to maybe get a counter kill as they're pulling them in, but we do have tower changes or tower aggro changes ever since the latest patch that May came in with, and that'll be where the front towers don't reduce your armor, nor do they target heroes specifically when there's a wave there. The only time it actually does any of that is when you do have the forts or the keeps, and that is because it's reducing the reduces your armor by 10 up to -20 on both and only on keeps and forts. So the front gate here not going to target you in that manner anymore. Hopefully we level out. Sorry everyone. Also, just rambling on this a little bit further. I did try and I was like, maybe if I just turn my output to 30 FPS, it actually still doesn't do anything. It actually lowers it to 27.
Is it the weather? Has the weather created a problem?
No, because it's not hero specific. I was literally watching the Heroes Hearth stream earlier, and it was doing this.
My goodness.
I
Twitch,
know.
please.
What? Wait, what? Yeah, Twitch. It's Twitch, please. Twitch, please. I blame Twitch. We do have a fight though in mid lane as this is Stark trying to get a kill, but they're going to get picked off. Oh, the Blessed Shield goes up, but it only bounces to 1, and they find the Kerrigan kill.
Talent tier advantage 13-12 favoring Sky5. They do have 7-1 as far as kills, but you know, you got to watch out. gillyShark, they're crafty.
Wait. Kaimo, excuse me, Chest Looter in top lane is going to get picked off right there. Kaimo actually in bottom lane will be grabbing the camp on the bottom right with these Siege Giants, and this will be Ryokai grabbing the objective for now. This stalls things out for a few seconds, but I think they still get this Dragonite. Zul can just rotate down at any point. Actually, Falstad probably has Flight up. Speaking of, they have 61 stacks. So they can bribe 3 units, but they're going to exactly fly into mid and be in position for this potential Dragonite, as Tassadar will be able to control bottom lane. And yeah, I think this will be the next Dragonite over to the side of Sky5.
Here comes the channel. Yeah, looks like it's going to connect. Veggies won't be able to interrupt. And here it comes. Are they going to push mid or are they going to push bottom? It looks like they're going to maybe both.
The split pressure would actually be really good for them, but it seems like they're going to group up and just straight up push through the bottom lane and try and open this map up a little bit further for themselves. Virus Defender? No. Chat. This is Windows OS. There's no Virus Defender scanning. There's none of these things. There's no game bar. There's no game DVR. It is Windows operating system at its best, unfortunately. Sorry,
Don't worry, they will find a fix in 6 months from now.
No. I saw that there was a spring, like other people had this issue from the Spring Creators update. So I'm just blessed to have this happen now. As the Bloodlust will be coming out, Black Hole will actually shut that down. Night Rush comes out from Crafty Devil as well. They're going to get a kick from a Dragonite onto Kaimo Tripson, which is going to mitigate any healing coming in. Stark used the Chrysalis to try and buy some time. Didn't work out for them. That will be a kill onto Imperius as well. And it seems like right now they're going to be able to back off on the side of gillyShark, saving 3, but this Dragonite with a sliver of health going to throw out one more Flame Breath. Ryokai getting locked behind that wall. Did go into the electric fence at level 4, so you saw that kind of slow onto the Phoenix, but either way, we're back out of this, and 16 talent tier advantage on the side of Sky5.
Yeah, nice fight for Sky5 there. We are going to see, ooh, here we go. Frank Jukes going in, trying to bribe the camp, but here comes Ryokai to interrupt, and thanks for the help on clearing the camp. And there goes some bribe stacks for sure, but the bottom camp, this Bruiser camp, is going to get picked up by Sky5. That'll create additional pressure now the bottom keep has lost its front wall. So it's going to be another thing to get cleared by gillyShark at some point.
It looks like actually Falstad only bribed 1 unit. They still have 40 stacks, and the last time I looked, they were at 60. So only getting 5% off of that. I wonder if they might have gotten invaded on. But hey, you know what? The world is a better place. We lost 5,482 frames, but the audio is back. Everything is good. Sorry for that, everyone. Let's go ahead and continue into our game right now, as this will be Crafty Devil and friends pushing in through bottom lane, and Ryokai and Kaimo Tripson trying to just angle for something here. We do have the camp being stolen away on the left-hand side, but that means they're gonna steal a camp and they're gonna lose their own keep in bottom lane. This is looking a little rough for the members of the gillySharks.
Yeah, they do have some good pressure up here, up in the top-hand lane, so that's gonna have to get dealt with, but you never want to lose one of your keeps if you can help it. But they don't want to fight right now. gillyShark needs 16. You don't want to fight down talent tier, so they just got to get that 16 wherever they can and try to look for a more fair fight.
And the top lane is going to be cleared out fairly quickly, so they just hearth back and they play it safe. They got the keep, and then what else do they need? But they're going to dive into mid lane. Crafty Devil might be able to get out of here. Fellclaw's coming out. They're going to have a whole lot of CC, and they don't get the Carrion Swarm in time. It's going to be on a 10-second cooldown. That was literally like, what's the windup on Carrion Swarm? It's 1 second. So that means that it must have been like 0.99 seconds or something, because I feel like it was just about to come through. Anyways, Shrines activate in 6 seconds here, Weenus, and they might be pushing in for Fort in mid.
Veggie's hiding up top, looking for the flank coming in on Frank Jukes. He's going to get a little bit of damage in there, but it looks like they're just trying to put as much damage onto this mid fort as they can, and they're going to back out before things get a little bit too hairy.
Oh, Stark backing off. I'm waiting to see how they step into this. That's going to be Celestial Charge from Chest Looter. A lot of damage going to be going on to the Tassadar, who does use the stealth. I don't actually know. The Shadow Walk is going to be getting out with that one right there. There's going to be the Rainstorm, the Bloodlust. There's a Purification Salvo out from Ryokai as they throw a little bit of tickle damage onto the enemy team. But the Flailing Swipe really pushed the enemy team back. Now, I'm watching just the minimap to see how they're going to play this. Falstad does fly into top lane. There are going to be 2 up here. Cheslater could use the Celestial Charge to get through the wall, but I think they're going to be they're going to be setting up to try and catch Falstad as they. Oh no, the Celestial Charge doesn't go through.
Almost, not quite close enough to the wall, and they're gonna have to get out of there as we have 5 members now from Sky5 trying to control the top point. Yeah,
no one gonna sacrifice themselves. The death timers are way too long, so they're just gonna be saying, you know what, we have bottom lane, we can't get top for now. But here's the other thing too, Weenus, they've got this camp in bottom, and they've got a good wave in mid. I don't think this mid wave will take down the fort, but bottom lane, I think we're gonna be seeing, this with the 2 siege giants, this thing is just shattered already. There's no gust to really, well, then gust in a second, but I doubt they use it. Yeah.
If they can get that fort, it stays up.
Oh, I can't believe they. Wow, actually.
Was so close. Yeah, getting that bottom fort is going to help them because gillyShark doesn't have their bottom keep. They don't have their bottom fort, and so like trying to clean up that lane so consistently, it just takes a lot of time. So if they can get that bottom fort, it will help them a little bit.
Ooh, wait, hold on. This is a big old fight starting to break out. Is Crafty Devil? No? No, we don't continue the fight. No, I was waiting to see if they step in. Crafty Devil actually uses Carry and Swarm very early there. He's going to be chasing in with that. Veggie's a little far off from the friendly team, but I think they're kind of in a good position to at least rip a Blessed Shield as they immediately did do that. Stark is going to be trying to back off. Rio is just going to throw a little bit of damage as well, and seems like they pushed a bunch of buttons here, Weenus, but no one died.
It kind of seems like a standoff, right, between the Black Hole and the Bloodlust. Also, you have the Gust, right? So you have 2 counters to the Bloodlust, and you gotta, I don't know, try to bait those out before you can use it. Otherwise, it just gets pushed back.
It's this very, very fine dance that these 2 teams have to do before they step into each other, and specifically gillyShark, you nailed that on the head. They want that Bloodlust, or excuse me, they want the Gust and the Flailing Swipe to just not exist, so they don't have to, so they can still step into them. But Kerrigan gets the channel on top lane that delays things out. There's a camp in bottom lane starting to stack up that they will need to deal with at some point. So I think right now it's just kind of biding time till 20. But the unfortunate thing is only half a level is needed on the side of Sky5 for their 20 talent tier. They will have to defend top lane soon, though.
Bottom lane, you got 3 catapults and 2 siege giants. It will eventually get cleared, but who knows? Who knows how long? And the bottom camp is getting taken down here by Apple Mike at the Bruiser camp. Additional pressure.
I'm surprised by this, actually. I'm surprised the gillySharks are letting this go this long. Doesn't seem like they're too worried. I mean, this core has got so many catapults on it. It is falling rapidly, but they're going to continue to fight in top lane. That's a flailing swipe. They do find the Tassadar killed, but look at this core. Look at this core. Is Falstad trying to fly core? No, he's trying to fly for Dragonite? I'm not sure, actually. Core...
It's taking a ton of damage, and here comes the Bruiser camp. Oof.
This is a lot of sacrifice damage. And this also means that, like, Falstad can backdoor the core very easily at this point. What's the 40% of the bonus lightning rod damage? That's a lot of bonus damage to hit a W, and they're mostly W build as well. Like, that level 7, that charged up, that really helps as well. And then you have the Thunder Strikes, where you can get increased subsequent damage as well. So, like, it's just, like, once you hit that 13, like, as a Falstad, like, when you and I were playing earlier, like, I was able to, like, hit a W, and we were really chunking people with that. Cheslater taking quite a bit of damage as well. Doesn't pop the Angelic Armament. But Weenus, what's the fight going to be like?
Thunder Strike! So they do have gillyShark. They are able to take the top. I guess they're trying to force a fight here, seeing what they can do. And here comes the Gust coming out, and it's going to push them back. Still, they don't have 20s. They need to find a fight, and they need to win a fight, because right now there's a lot of map pressure in the bottom lane that they consistently have to go deal with. And you have to always be watching Falstad coming around, trying to steal yo camps.
Yeah, still sitting, what are they sitting at right now? 21 stacks on bribe, and they have 45%. So they could actually bribe one unit over here on this Bruiser camp as they pass by, get that 50%, maybe even just grab the camp here. But I think they might be waiting a little bit longer. I'm just trying to peek around here. Siege Giants on the left-hand side are going to be up in about 10 seconds. So they could maybe look for a steal on the side of gillyShark. But it will be 20s up on both sides. Are you really surprised by anything you're seeing when it comes to these heroics? Or I guess...
I like that they got that bottom fourth. I just picked that up real quick, so that's good. I didn't. There's just so much disengage on the side of Sky5 with those heroics. It's just it makes it really hard to engage from gillyShark. So I think that's really smart drafting on trying to counter the Bloodlust, and it seems to be working out pretty well so far.
Blink from the Kerrigan to get them away as they don't want to get bodied, and they pull and they get a combo onto... Oh my god, did they exist? And then now they didn't. That's going to be a flailing swipe. Purification Salvo will be coming out. Somehow Ryokai is able to walk through a lot of that damage. Black Hole came out as well as a disengage tool. As you said beforehand, so many disengage tools. Veggies is going to get rooted. Do they use their Iron Skin to get out of that? I don't know if they actually even needed it. Poison over from the Zool, but I think this is more of a zoning tool, if anything, and there's a camp pushing in through top lane. They don't have a global to get up there quickly, but they could look for a potential Dragonite on the side of gillyShark.
Yeah, I think they might just sacrifice a little bit of that top fort and try to get the Dragon Knight, because we are 18 minutes in, so it's gonna have quite a bit of power behind it. And you know, the bottom lane looks bad for gillyShark, but you know, they've done a lot of work for the other forts in Sky5's lane, so they can kind of go where they need to go.
Channel coming out for Stark. Oh, but Falstad gets to bottom lane in time. Chest Looter does find the Celestial Charge, and that is Falstad's health existing and then not existing. Joanna is rotating down. They could actually send one back. Yeah, they're gonna throw Chest Looter back. Joanna could grab the Dragonite. I think they realized that right there. Camp in top lane did get the fort, and now they're pushing it through bottom lane. gillyShark trying to make something happen here with this late game Dragonite. 18 minutes into the game, they could look to go for bottom lane keep and even things out.
Yeah, I think that's what they're going to do, and I think they're just going to let top go, as there's only one minion left there in that,
It's
from
just
those
the mage,
mercs.
yeah.
Oh, maybe they're going to spread it mid instead.
Yeah, seems like they're going to get a kick onto Mal'Ganis. Open up the front gate over here. I'm just waiting, like, patiently to see how they go for this. Bloodlust comes out from Rhaegar, so that means that they really want to make something happen with this. That will be a black hole, but it only catches onto one. Really doesn't push them too far back, as they keep kind of kept Chest Leader there. They're looking for any sort of step up here, as the Dragonite's sitting somewhere in the 45 health range. This is possible here, that they're going to turn this around on the side of gillyShark, as that's going to be the Carrion Swarm. Frill taking a lot of damage. Purification Salvo going out to quite a few. Core is falling rapidly here. That's going to be a sleep. A lot of damage onto Kerrigan. Do they get the Chrysalis in time? I don't think they even get it in time, as that will be Core falling rapidly. Gus coming out from Falstad. Kyber trips in low. That is Dragonite slapping Core. Will they be able to end the game? This is a Joanna as well. They just lurking arm on the ground, but gillyShark will be able to take game number 1 in our best of 3 series for the Division A East playoffs. GG, well played.
Whew, GG's. My goodness. That was a spicy fight that gillyShark needed in the late game to turn it around. Wow, what a comeback.
That was a wild ride that we just went on.
And normally when you look at the team fight deaths and things like that, the team that has twice as many kills usually is the team that wins. So it was very close, though. Was it 18% left on gillyShark's score?
Oh, like did someone go to it? Because I thought it was like 20-something.
20-something? Okay.
Was it? Oh, okay.
So, yeah, somewhere over there. I just can't remember. It was low, though. So, like, that's a pretty close game when you have 20% core left to 0.
It's just, and that was from the siege giants and everything that came through that bottom lane. It just, oh my god, it was a close one. It was a close first game in our best of 3 series here. This is what we want from our playoffs, right? 26 is what Bagatron's saying. 28 is what Harkin is saying.
Ooh, maybe that's where I got the 18 from.
Exactly.
Excuse me.
I mean, sometimes you just gotta do the do, okay?
Yeah, absolutely. You do. Yeah, I am going to get hyped up with caffeine, and then I'm going to run through the streets later, and we'll see what happens from that point.
Are we going streaking?
I don't know. Like, as long as you're wearing a mask, I think it's fine. And social distancing, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
although if I did that, I don't think that'd be a problem. I think people would also be running away from it.
And then if the cops chase you, it's like you can just yell social distancing the entire time.
Exactly.
Run. Just run. We're currently waiting to find out what one of the team wants to do for first pick or map pick, so we're just going to be hanging out here while all of you are telling us exactly what the percent on that core was. But thanks for hanging out. If you don't know who this beautiful man is next to me, let's show his pretty little face right now. This is Weenus. This is one of the many people who do work for NGS and Cast and are a fun person to be around and all of those good positive things. If you want to follow them on Twitter or their Twitch channel, you can hit !CoCaster. It should give you all the information you need so you can follow this beautiful man with one of the best soundboards in Twitch, period.
So many wonderful and delightful things that you said about
how
me.
How much does an elephant weigh?
How many 69s are you gonna give me?
How many 69s are you gonna give me, Weenus?
Oh, sorry. How many elephants, or how much does the elephant weigh?
Is the elephant heavy?
I don't know.
I'm coming back, baby.
Well,
I don't
an
know
elephant
why.
is heavy. That's all I know.
But whenever Selexia asks for that in your stream, it always kills me. I don't know. Like, that is one of my favorite. Like, she always asks that one, and I always I'm just like, yes, I'm so glad that she asked for that one. But there you go. Yes, thank you, Langiria. Check out Moist Weenus on Twitter and Twitch. He's a great person. But while we're sitting here, Weenus, you're the losing team. Let's put yourself in the shoes of Sky5. You had a pretty good back and forth on that game. Your control was phenomenal. Do you change anything for game number 2? Do you go for first pick? What do you as a player kind of opt for in these situations?
Well, if I'm Sky5, I'd be a little bit confounded about what just happened because, you know, in control of the game for most of the game, I think maybe, I don't know, they played really well. I think that they also got some really good disengages from gillyShark, and they drafted for it. I mean, they got more kills, they had more damage on the board. I think they just maybe have to expect that if gillyShark comes up with some kind of blow up comp, that it's gonna come, and maybe you just spread out and don't give them that fight that can end the game after one team fight when you've been winning the whole rest of the map. I don't know though. It's tough. It's tough.
Well, we do have a map here, so we'll get everyone into lobby for this, and we'll get going into game number 2 in just a second. Excuse me. As I'm just doing all of this, what? There we go. Sorry, I had to get 1 or 2 people in here. What do you think is probably the best thing for Cursed Hollow as a hero? What's your go-to? You go to Cursed Hollow. What's your go-to here, Weenus?
Let's do Abathur. Like, let's just explore the map. Global's, you know, really good. Cursed Hollow, it's a huge map, man. So like, if you can get something that will turn a 3v3 into a 4v3, or able to get that extra soak and then come into the team fight on the objective, like the more the better. So I don't know, maybe some globals, maybe some cheeky Abathur. I don't know. I'm very bad at Abathur myself.
I would love Abathur here. We have Langiria giving some bandit treats, so let's get bandit. Come here, bud. Come say hi to stream. Yeah, come say hi. Oh, okay. All right. Can you put your paw down? Can you high five? Can you other paw? Good boy. Both of those are yours. Yes, you good boy. Yes, you good boy.
I'm catching up after the delay. I'm just gonna lock my eyes on the stream because I want to see this. Bandit is so cute. Oh my goodness.
You are such a good boy. You are such a good boy. Yes, you.
Oh my goodness. What a treasure. National treasure.
The treat, what a treasure. I'm triggered by chest looter in chat. That was all right for anyone that wants a little CCL, not drama, but just like tidbit. The members of Big Ding Energy did the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 portraits for the years of Blizzard being, or for Here's the Storm. Every single game they wanted us to do, they wanted us to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. While I was casting, while I was talking to Paradox, while I was getting while I was doing literally everything, they're like, "Can you also do this?" Now I'm gonna swap over our stream really quickly so they can see lobby. In these situations, observers have, 6 slots? In the last week, they were like, "We want you to swap us." We had 1 empty slot. So doing the rotation of slots isn't a possible thing with them. And they're just like, "No, we want it. We need this." It's like, oh my God, I can't. I'm sorry. Like, there's too many things. There's so many things. But either way.
It's like trying to do a Rubik's Cube with the lobby layout.
A Rubik's Cube with a lobby layout? I don't know this.
You know a Rubik's Cube, right?
Yeah.
Move 1 square over, and you're trying to get that color to go over there so that you got the complete block.
Oh
but
God,
like,
yes, yeah.
The HOTS lobby is just really could use a rework to where you can place people where you want. Like just grabbing somebody and dragging him down to swap him with somebody else. That would be amazing. Oh, I just got excited about something that will never happen, and it made me a little bit sad.
Oh my God. All right, let me just double check that we are all set on everything on our end. So we have map pick coming out from them. Let's update our little editor and everything. And we will be going to this map chosen by them. Bless you, Weenus, for making the map editor. But let's go ahead and get on into game number 2, which could be our final game, but we could go to a game number 3. We are going to be heading into Cursed Hollow here, and Weenus, thoughts on this map? Excitement, nervous, globals, team fight?
This map gives me gas. There's a lot of bushes. I have a lot of anxiety whenever I play this map just because where is everybody? Where's the rest of my team? Why are we not all here? So this map takes a little bit of forethought to plan ahead.
Yeah.
Like, we need these people to be here at this time, and we got a lot of distance to cover. So you know, a lot of planning. It's kind of like a chess match where there's certain things that you can plan ahead for and make sure that you're there on time, or you can instead push somewhere else because it's going to take so much more time to get all the way back up there and push somewhere else and cancel out that clear. There's bosses. There's a lot going on in this map. So, you know, whoever is the more masterminded of a shot caller here can make a big difference.
You're not wrong at all. So let's go ahead and catch everyone up at home as well as how we got to Cursed Hollow for game number 2. Home team this evening is going to be Sky5. They opted for first pick as they are the higher seeded team in our playoff bracket. We had Tomb and Braxis banned up by them. Alterac and Towers of Doom banned up by the members of gillyShark. Dragonshire was the first map chosen by gillyShark and won by them. The members of Sky5 opting for map pick priority for game number 2 and choosing to take us to Cursed Hollow. Back in our draft here, we are still seeing a little bit of thought going into this game number 2 here. Sky5 might be caught off guard a little bit from that last game. I think they might have been like, we got this, we have this in the bag, and they are still going to ban out the Samuro. Even though Samuro is kind of sitting to the wayside. I did see some stuff in the Division A chat about something about, you know, map Samuro having new features that actually break his actual abilities.
And that sounds bad.
And by new features, I mean those horrible little pests that sometimes you need exterminators for. But Deckard Kane will be in. Is it going to be another Li Ming? Are they going to be targeting the Li Ming Deckard once again? Yes, it is.
Probably. Just looking at the pick rate here for Sky5, they've played Deckard Kane 13 times with a 92.31% win rate. Yikes, I would ban that too. And look at the Li Ming, played 12 times by Sky5 with an 83.33333333% win rate. That's crazy. Yeah, of course, ban those, please. Ban them now.
I think like Stark has some like 80% win rate in like all of NGS or something like that with Samuro. Like I might be exaggerating, but I'm just saying like it's way up there. They will ban out the Rhaegar, so that is going to be no bloodlust this game. Things like Ana, Alexstrasza, Stukov, those are all up and available. But I wonder if they immediately just go for the Joanna. I think she's strong. She's a great anchor. May is banned out for anyone that doesn't know. She's not playable for the entirety of the rest of Season 9 of NGS, but probably the only time we'll see her next for NGS-wise is it'll be the Storm League qualifiers, I think, right?
I believe that is going to be next. It's supposed to be running, I believe, concurrently with Season 10 of NGS. So, you know, maybe in some of other divisions as well. You're talking about the qualifiers.
Yeah, because those are.
I think the qualifiers happen before the season. Yeah, that sounds right.
I think the qualifiers start at the end of July because it's. I believe it's the. I swore I read it was the 29th and 30th of July is the first qualifier. I might be wrong on that.
Hey, Bahamut.
Hey, what's up?
Do you see what I see?
Checking in.
We got an Abathur.
Logical decision.
Yay!
Yay! I'm same as well. Like I love a good Abathur, and that is going to be an Ana and a Joanna though for the members of Sky5. Real strong picks right there. So we should expect something like a Jaina or maybe even a Mephisto grabbed on the side of Sky5, so that way they can empower it with the Nano Boost. But maybe that's going to be banned out here. I love that I look over. I'm sorry, I looked over at chat and like Kiss is like, "Where's the first pick Urel?" And then Harkin's like, "Cassia." Zua Rose is like, "Free Cassia!" Like everyone's just like, "Play her, please."
Release our Cassia. Let our people go. I mean, you could get a little synergy with Joanna and Cassia.
I mean, Abathur's Cassia is great too. Adrenal Overload at level 4 for auto attack speed, and then Cassia's whole base thing about getting shielding from auto attack. So if you're increasing your auto attack speed, you can increase the speed at which you get the shielding. Like that's a match made in heaven. But Imperius, not a bad hero for that either. Sylvanas, not bad either. We do have that Stukov ban out as they don't want to deal with that. I don't think we see like solo heal Abathur, right?
Could be. I mean, you do have some self-sustain on Imperious. So
Juanis.
let's see what the rest of the draft could be. Yes.
I asked the gillySharks for something last night, and I think we might be getting it.
Oh my. It looks like we're not going to see the bug zapper from Sky5. Have you ever seen that? You get Mephisto and you do the meme beam from Phoenix, and you can find Abathur on the map, and then you meme beam them wherever they are.
Oh my god! So when Phoenix came out, I remember Dunk Stick and I were actually playing. He was playing Tyrande and I was playing Phoenix, or vice versa, and we were throwing out interesting main tank Blaze. Okay, and Brightwing for a global. Anyways,
Owl.
They would throw out an owl, and we would find the Abathur, and then we would planet cracker them, because you can, for Abathur to unhat and move out of the planet cracker is too long of a duration, and he dies to planet cracker every single time. So
it's fun to do, but it's probably not what serious players do.
I think it was like quick match, and we were on Towers of Doom, so it just worked out. Now I did look over at chat. 100% win rate Karazim, huh?
All right, let me see if I can find Karazim.
Yeah, this is...
It says games played 2. Okay, this information must be weird because it says they played him 7 times. Oh my, 7 times with 100% win rate. Oh my goodness. This might be their sneaky up the sleeve healer pick here.
Karazim.
Sky5.
Yeah. I'm looking at this. So last night, some of the gillySharks were hanging out in my chat while I was playing Storm League, and they were like, if you could see anything, what would you see? And one of the things was Cho'Gall Abathur. I think that the Karazim coming out might have been what deterred them off of it. I'm not sure. Or if it was a bait for them to get the Karazim and force them into this double I don't know, because they banned out the Greymane, and I was like, oh, they could be going Cho'Gall if they don't want to deal with the percent-based damage from Cursed Bullet, because it's like 40% of the current health pool. Or current available health that they have. So I wonder if it was just like, let's turn out of this for a second, and like, we're going to go Brightwing and we're going to go Blaze as well. But maybe with the Abathur and everything, they'll have enough healing. I'm not 100% sold on gillyShark's composition. We'll see what happens with this as we get into game number 2. On the left-hand side, we got Sky5 trying to take us to a game number 3. We're going to be seeing Apple Mike on the Dahaka. We'll be having Alan by default on the Ana. Crafty Devil's going to be on the Joanna. We'll be seeing Karazim played by Frank Jukes. Look at that Pato. Look at that Pato skin, or mount. Anyways, and then Frill will be on the Chromie.
10 seconds.
And in the red corner, we have Jess Luthor on Imperious, Ryokai playing Sylvanas, Stark playing Abathur, Kaimo Tripson playing Brightwing and Veggies. Remember to eat them on Blaze.
I need to take my hand off them. That's why I'm laughing, because I'm just shaking the camera.
Shaky cam. It's an earthquake. New weather effect.
Yeah, they're putting in a raid boss in the game. Oh wait, they put 2 in. So, one's up on both sides as we get into our mid lane, and this will be Abathur and Imperious in the bottom. Doesn't look like we actually really get much of a mid lane skirmish here. Karazim will be going into Iron Fist at level 1, looking for some extra attack damage into these fights, as we also do have I want to say acceleration, but I never can remember the level 1 enhanced agility from the Dahaka at level 1 as well. So going to be able to shake their booty between bushes a little bit quicker. And the last thing to note, at least for me, is going to be that new habits for the Blaze, trying to get those regeneration glows for the self cleanse as quickly as possible.
Excellent. Yeah, gonna get that unstoppable. That's gonna help. Do you think we're gonna see bunker? I always love combustion, but we might get bunker probably. That's like the safer, more like the correct pick, right?
Karazim, Joanna, and Dahaka want to be in the fight. You could go combustion. It's not too out of the I don't think you're asking for too much here, actually, Weenus. Like I think combustion's absolutely viable on these really brawly based maps. I also want to let you know that E Bagatron said 10 out of 10 would listen to roster again. So
oh, good. Yeah.
I just want to let you know.
I mean, it's a full audio visual experience. You get to see it and hear it, and once HOTS 3.0 comes out, you'll be able to feel it.
Yeah, with VR. Wait. Bottom lane's being sieged in with the Sylvanas. They're locking down the towers with the black arrows. That will be a Chromie coming in here as they do get a little bit of a just kind of jump forward with, I believe it was the Haunting Wave from Sylvanas. They get the gate down pretty much. Dahaka and Abathur still in top lane, or at least Abathur joining Dahaka in top lane. And Apple Mike, I will say this Dahaka should push back the Abathur fairly easily, and maybe Brightwing phase shifts up, but even then, Brightwing's really not going to siege too well against a Dahaka. And actually, speaking of sieging, Abathur is actually getting some decent damage onto Apple Mike, who's going to be forced back to the Hearth. They don't have Meal just yet, so they're going to have to wait on healing up these towers as Apple Mike still stays in that top lane for now as Ryokai grabs the camp on the right.
Yeah, it might be sacrificing a little bit maybe of the top siege health for the gillySharks in order to get some other things, like they're getting this, this bruiser camp and things of that nature, until they can actually send another person up there to help defend. But it really depends on what they can get until 10. 10, the whole ball game changes, right? You get Clone and 2 Imperiuses. That sounds nasty.
Oh no, thank you. I'm sorry. Zul Rules just goes virtual weenus sweaty? Just like haha sweat?
That's the reality right now. Yes.
I'm sorry, I gotta stop reading chat. It's so good every single time. Ryokai taking a lot of damage. Kerosene dives on top of them. Abathur hat does come through, but right now it's a pause for them, weenus. Not an actual pause, but like a pause in the fight, I guess.
I was like, should I pause the game?
No,
I'm like, no. Okay, good. Yeah, absolutely. And it was just kind of a poking technique here from gillyShark, because they won't be able to really engage onto these objectives until they're 10. Otherwise, they're fighting a man down, and they did a good job of delaying it. Real good job of delaying it, I think.
Yeah, Apple Mike is going to go up against Kaimo in this top lane. That will be Meal coming down. Jet Propulsion from Veggies doesn't connect in time, unfortunately, so no setup onto Apple Mike as the camp in mid lane will be cleared out. Imperius just looking to continue clearing bottom, but that will be another curse, or excuse me, at least another tribute coming up in the top left. No curse value for either team. Abathur coming down to bottom lane, so that way they're on the opposite side of the map, and they can potentially body soak the lane and maybe push that out and maybe hat the mid or something like that, so they can pull this experience up in their favor, because excuse me, weenus. I'll be honest, like this Dahaka's been matching the Abathur experience fairly well. At least that's what it seems like. We'll cycle through the other numbers to get an idea of what those look like as another objective pops up, and that's a Celestial Charge here onto Frill, who time stops themselves. Face shift from Brightwing, they find the kill. First blood over to gillyShark.
Nice. Yeah, and all the while, you got Abathur soaking in the other lane. Pretty close as far as experience goes right now between the two teams, so not a huge advantage in levels yet, but just imagine like swapping down to the bottom lane. It just takes Sky5 so long to go all the way from the top all the way to the bottom, especially if they're leaving Dahaka, who's the global here for Sky5.
I'm looking to see. So the experience looks like 4,600 versus 4,800. So it's very, very close, but Heroic is going to yield a little bit extra for the... Actually, excuse me, I was wrong on that. It still is going to be a little experience advantage for Sky5. The Heroic kill didn't really push them above, which I thought it was actually already doing. But might be kind of like a false positive here, as it might have been like a wave still being cleared out or something like that. And another curse should be not too far off, as we also have Ryokai grabbing the camp on the right-hand side.
Yeah, I'm wondering if we're going to see a standoff when it comes to the heroic abilities and what is picked, to see if we're going to see 7-sided comes out, and if 7-sided comes out, do you have to pick bunker? Like all these different things, like the dominoes of one heroic versus the other, and who's gonna pick their heroic first.
Well, it's another curse coming through. I'm like waiting patiently because it's 10s up on both sides. Temporal loop for Chromie, so I think, this is a bunker situation. That's why you're seeing that right there. Sleep going out. A lot of poke. Also to note, Chromie, once again, the first time that level 1 is 11 out of the 40 stacks on that. So bit of a ways to go, as Veggies is already on point trying to get the channel here, as it's 1 up when it comes to these curses. Frank Jukes pokes, has the totem to dash away.
Brightwing and Dahaka still playing up in the top hand lane, not being involved in this fight right away, but it is going to go over to gillyShark as they get the second channel there. Just one more. Oh. They'll have a curse on their hands.
Yeah, they're really close to it. Next one, let's see. It's reset on the map, so it could actually be anywhere but I think the last spot. That's going to be a bunker coming out from the Blaze. They actually get in on time. But Rio, are you low enough? Are you able to get out? They're going to sidestep some of the damage from Kerosene. They're trying to play around that bush, but it doesn't work out. The Nano Boost comes out as well. Angelic Armament out from Chest Looter. They throw that back, and Frill takes all of it, but the actually, the shield glare steals the kill. Double kill in favor for Sky5.
Well, that was a good fight for Sky5. They're going to go right onto their boss, continue with that momentum. The top fort is looking a little bit low here for gillyShark. Dahaka just relentless in the top lane, trying to push that down. And the top tribute is going to be spawning in about 20 seconds, so expect to see all the members going up there. That's a hard choice for gillyShark. They've decided if they want to defend bottom against that boss or if they want to try to go in and get this third tribute and get the curse.
It's they got choices here, and you know, they could just eat this, and exactly, they could just be like, all right, you know what, we'll go up 2-0, we'll go 2-2 on this, and we'll fight you over the next one. Blaze is showing bottom. Ooh, do they see this boss play coming out on the right hand side? I don't think they do. I don't think gillyShark realizes the boss is being invaded on. Actually, Chest Looter checking it right there. Did see that they're on this, so this is I mean, this is actually 4v4. If they pop the Abathur hat, they're the clone, they'll be 5v4. So this, we'll see how this works out for them. I'm gonna pull away talents really quickly. Karazim and friends still poking onto this, or at least punching onto it. Sylvanas gets the Banshees away. Veggie's coming back into this. Kaima on the far side of this. They do have that blink heal, so they can jump over the wall, but no Emerald Wind. No ability for them to be able to force them off, and I think they actually, Blaze gonna leash this once again, and they realize this. Apple Mike and friends could look to fight and steal this over, as they have a camp pushing in favor of gillyShark in mid lane. Crafty Devil taking a lot of damage. Jet Propulsion awkwardly doesn't connect right there, as the bunker does end up coming down just to buy a little bit of time. Clone from Abathur will be coming out as well. Stasis on to Apple Mike, and that will be Sylvanas going down. They find the 7-sided strike. Chest Looter pops the Angelic Armament, does get actually dragged back. The Angelic Armament does go out, but Apple Mike is able to chase them away as Blaze gets picked off as well. This is just going to be consistent kills in favor of Sky5, Linus.
Yeah, this is going to be a double bonus here for Sky5. A great fight for them. They have 13 talent tier advantage. They're going to steal this boss, and they're also going to get the tribute and get the curse. So this is a wombo combo for Sky5 right now, especially getting multiple members of gillyShark down.
Chess just going to poke onto this objective. Kaima doing the same thing. I don't think they try and steal this. There's no way. That's way too risky. They don't have the 13. They'd end up just sacrificing themselves, and that would give so much more push to the enemy team. So now at this point, they're just going to turtle up a bit and just kind of do their best to defend. But I will say this, mid lane fort does go down during all of that.
Oh, they got it with the last minion.
Yeah, credit to Stark right there. Was able to actually hat the minion and get a couple of those needle spines in there. But top lane, they're looking to open this up as 13s do come through on the side of gillyShark. They need all 5 up here for the defense, and 8 seconds on that Abathur Evolved Monstrosity, Ultimate Evolution will be what they need. And I think they're just playing around that factor as boss will be slapping and working its way in. 21 seconds on this curse phase here, Weenus. Who's going to be able to take this as the Jet Propulsion gets Veggie's back out?
I'm curious to see if gillyShark is going to fight past the boss instead of trying to shred it down and look for kills instead. If they engage onto Sky5, the heroes, they might be able to turn this fight around. And it looks like we're going to see that maybe happening right now.
Frank Jukes is going to take a lot of damage, pops a 7-sided strike. That's Blaze going down first. Angelic Armament does come out from Chest Looter, but I don't think they throw it onto anyone. They don't actually connect onto anyone with it. And now Blaze down for the next 25. Abathur pushing out through bottom lane. They're going to go ahead and slap this core, but I think all they're going to lose is a little bit of shielding. Top lane keep did go down. Next objective, though, will be in favor of gillySharks, as they do have the potential curse in their favor. They just got to make some plays happen across the map, as they've only found 1 fort for themselves. And this mid lane's being sieged up a little bit further by Dahaka.
Yeah, that was a tough fight to go into. It's a 5v5, and you've got your keep, but they've got a boss, and so, you know, just spreading all that AoE damage. It was a bold call, and, you know, sometimes they work, sometimes they don't, but they're not going to lose the game, just that top keep. We still have plenty of action here to go.
So Siege Giants are grabbed. Kaimo Trepson clearing out top lane on that Brightwing. Just going to be trying to also get cooldown reduction on Hypershift, because I believe, don't you get nearby enemy minion deaths reduce phase shift by cooldown by 1.5? I thought like, I started reading, I was like, wait a minute, am I wrong? No, it does give you a little bit of a cooldown reduction with that Hypershift at level 1. So them kind of doing this top lane thing, while they don't have the quickest clear, this does give them cooldown reduction. I think they actually have phase shift off cooldown. Regardless, let me actually look. Yeah, it is off cooldown, so they can phase shift into these fights at any moment's notice. But 16 talent tier is just about to be hit from Sky5. What kind of aggression do they bring to the table with that?
You know, I was just looking at Brightwing's talent, Peekaboo. Is that the cutest talent name in the game? I don't know.
Oh, it always has been. Always has been. I remember back in HGC days when like they would pick Brightwing and Gilly would just get absolutely just so excited, and then she would be talking about it so emphatically, and then like the big thing with Peekaboo back then was like because like back in that time, we had the harder to see stealth. Like the shimmer was so much more difficult to see, and Peekaboo was such a viable talent because you were able to phase shift in during objective phases and be able to see so much. This is also before Hanzo was a thing, and creating vision was so much more easier. But I love Peekaboo. I agree with you. It is one of the cutest talent names in the game. I don't think there's anything that really rivals it. Like I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
Me either, but I'm sure there's something out there. I'll do some research. But yeah, basically, going back to your earlier question, having that talent to your advantage at the time really lets Sky5 be aggressive, lets them be a little bit of bullies, stealing that top bruiser camp. But now we're on even talent tiers, and who knows? Maybe they can't be as big of bullies unless they get some kills.
And we'll see if 16 brings something to the table for the gillySharks. Will the Forsaken for the Sylvanas does give them a self-cleanse, so a couple self-cleanses for these players, as it looks like they do get the channel, and this is going to be top lane having the Siege Giants plus some catapults coming in. And I mean, Abathur is a hero, but Abathur only has like 1,284 health total, and slaps for 49, excuse me. So,
ooh, here comes possible engage on the boss, though.
Clone is up and available. Yeah, clone's up. They actually do pop the clone. Stark is going to be another Imperious. They're going to dive in here. That's going to be a whole lot of damage as they're trying to time stop bunker. Everything is being thrown out. Crafty Devil getting low. Does end up going down. That's the first kill during this fight. That will be once again the first time finished out. There's a 7-sided strike, but that's onto the clone. There's so much damage onto the gillyShark. So many people are so low. No one's gotten the boss just yet. Chest Looter, and I can't see who else is going to be low as well. Brightwing goes down. That will be Blaze going down, and this is a 2 for 2 thus far. They do find the Imperious as well, and boss does end up going over to the side of Sky5.
What a fight indeed. Oh my goodness, that was that was a very long fight too. Everybody just slapping each other in the face, and it does favor Sky5. They do get those kills. They do get additional push down into the bottom, and the next tribute's up in 9 seconds, so that's pretty much just going to be claimed by Dahaka. No contest.
Boss through bottom lane will be cleared out by Ryokai. Maybe a little extra help, but they need to be wary of this. And I think them seeing the camp, maybe they'll play closer to this gate. No, I think they're not even worried about being run up on or invaded in here, as they're going to try and split themselves between these two camps and at least lock down the Siege Giants while the boss continues to siege. This will be top lane pushed in as well. Things for the gillySharks are looking a little dire, as another boss will be claimed on the side of Sky5.
Yeah, I really don't want to fight into this. They're just gonna, well, I don't know. They're gonna go look at it a little bit.
5 seconds on Evolved Monstrosity. Chest Looter's ready to go. Do they go for this again? Brightwing, bottom lane keep is, yeah, Brightwing's waiting. They're not showing near the keep, so that way, oh, the 7-sided strike, that's gonna be Chest Looter popping the Angelic Armament. The bunker's gonna be out as well. There's a huge Wailing Arrow, but Kaimo Tripson will be getting the first one to go down. Stark Clone is gonna be getting picked off as well. This is now a 2v4, or I guess a 3v4. We do have Rio doing some damage, but they lose the Imperious, they lose the Sylvanas. I think they run through top lane and they potentially end with the small wave they already have coming in. Sky5 looking to push us into game number 3.
Ooh, more games, no complaints from me. But yeah, this some really tough fights fighting into for gillyShark, and Sky5 really using their advantage in those fights and taking it down. And they're pushing for core. Here comes Blaze, but I don't know if Veggies can do this by themselves, even with a hat.
Now the hat from Abathur doing their best. They're trying to sustain through this, but Veggie's health is starting to very much rapidly fall. They get the Jet Propulsion, gonna try and get themselves out of here. They actually pop the Pyromania, and they're not gonna be able to live through that. And that will be core falling in game number 2, going over to the side of game 5 or Sky5. We go to a game number 3 for this playoff matchup. GG, well played.
GG's indeed. Sky5 saying that they're gonna take this to at least game number 3. I guess we can't go more than 3. We can't just turn it into a best of 5, but
wishful thinking though.
But still. So we get a full 3 games, which you love to see. Exciting, very, very exciting. So much action in this match for sure.
Well, we'll find out if they want to do first pick or map pick. While that's happening, random personage, I think. I'm sorry, I'm not 100% on that. Thanks for the follow, I appreciate that. But while this is happening, I'm going to quickly run to the bathroom while we wait for the map pick. So
okay, make sure you leave your scissors on the desk. Do not run with the scissors.
Thank you, because I just grabbed them and I was like, oh wait, thank you. All right, I'll be right back. We'll leave the stats and everything to you to Weenus. Please be good to my chat.
Be good. That's your safety tip of the day. The more you know. Thanks everybody for hanging out in chat. Aristo saying that it's a stop. Maybe. I mean, in game 1, gillyShark didn't have as many kills as Sky5, and they were able to win. But still, yeah, very strong showing from Sky5 on this map. And I thought maybe the double globals, Abathur, Brightwing, it might be able to outmatch a single global of Dahaka, but really tight plays from Sky5, and those team fights going over in their favor just gave them so much push because they were able to take a boss, like get a huge fight, they win, they get a boss, and then they can also go and they can get one of the tributes. Really using their advantage of winning a team fight to go push something else, get more value in another location or nearby. So those team fights really benefiting Sky5, but well played by both teams. It was fun to watch. Weenus, can I get you to look at this for sound clip? Okay, so here's a link from Kaleo. You won't be able to hear it, but oh my. Okay, I just listened to it. Is it me laughing? It's probably, yes. This is a clip of me laughing, and it's terrifying. Thank you, Kaleo. I appreciate you and all of your clips. Yeah, so I'm excited to see where we're gonna go for game 3. The bands, Alterac Pass, Towers of Doom band, also Tomb of the Spider Queen and Braxis. We've played Dragonshire, we've played Cursed Hollow. Are there any maps left? Math tells me yes. Hopefully we go to Blackheart's Bay. That's my favorite map.
I think we should go to Sky Temple and just juice pirates.
There you go. You had me at juice, and then again at pirates.
Do you know what I forgot to buy at the store today? Juice for
Pirates?
my gin.
I forget to buy
Oh my God.
pirates at the store.
Caught me so off guard. Because I went to the store yesterday and I was like, I'll get a couple things, and I came back and I was like, I forgot to buy sugar and pirates. Yes. So I had to go back today and get pirates, but
You just have to go to your neighbor's house and be like, excuse me, can I borrow a cup of pirates? And I swear I'll bring some back later. Is that something that people still do in this day and age? Do you go to your neighbors and ask for a cup of flour?
I know I could, 100%.
But do you?
No, because I'm awkward and nervous.
I know we're all locked down right now, but can I touch the inside of this cup and then touch some of your baking equipment? Is that okay?
Yeah,
Will
yeah,
that
absolutely.
work?
Yeah, absolutely. Could you lick it first? Maybe sneeze on it?
Yeah.
You know what? You're already here. Could you rub your butt on my pillow too?
These, you're giving me ideas for WeenusCon 2020, so I'm writing them down in my notes now.
Here's your gift bag and pink eye. Let's look at the divisionary playoffs.
Man, your eyes look bloodshot. Too much partying? No.
I went to WeenusCon.
Weenus put his pillows on my pillow.
That's a way to say it. All right, we are over here on the right-hand side of the bracket. We're over down in Sky5 versus gillyShark. So just if anyone's wondering what the bracket has looked like thus far for our playoffs, we can at least update you on that. As looks like we are going to get our final map. I did just get the message for it, so let's go ahead and get that lobby going here. Oh, God.
I just got butt spotted. It's perfect because the message is for Kaleo. So like
honest to God, that is probably one of the best butts bots. What's the word? Manipulations I've seen in a very long time. Like they still left the greater than a 3, and they just literally just put butt right in between it,
right in the middle, right in the middle. I need to get that tattoo for sure. On my face.
I'd come hold your hand.
That reminds me of something that's kind of silly. My dad used to try to embarrass me and my sister as kids by walking down we'd go to the grocery store with him, and he'd walk down the aisle and he'd like have a limp, and he'd kind of like make all these noises, which now is probably not very PC, but we're just like, we don't want to know this guy. Like, so we would like run away. And now my dad is super conservative. And so now when I go to the grocery store with him as a grown man, we'll be walking through the aisle and I'll go and I'll hold his hand back and forth, and it'll make him uncomfortable and he'll have to run away, which is really, really funny. And that is a story about my
daddy.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Thank you, Venus, for joining me this evening. We are gonna get into
first and the last time ever.
Yeah, that's it. We are thanks for hanging out. This is it's like Bahamut. We have a game 3. Thanks for hanging out, Venus. That's been good. It's just now
Push me up.
just it's like what you just start seeing, like just Venus's camera just slowly start disappearing off to the side, and it's like, thanks for coming by. Like, I need like a hook gag for the stream, honest to God.
Yeah, you wink. Ah!
Just a full animation. Alrighty, all right. So we have everyone in lobby. Let me just get the hats set for these players. And we will get going here into game number 3 in just a second. So we are here, and I have not updated anything because I've just been cracking up with you this entire time. You know, we've seen both these teams in game 1 and 2. What are your thoughts on this game number 3? Not map wise, but just aggression wise and potential winner just from the first couple games we've seen.
Well, I'm going to say that. Okay, so we have Dragonshire, right, which is kind of like a split objective map, and then we go and and gillyShark pulls out a win there, coming from behind, and then we go in play Cursed Hollow, which is a team fight map for a single objective, right? And the team fighting from Sky5 has been really strong, and I think going into this next map, also, which I don't think we've shared yet, is also going to be a team fight map. I think that gives the advantage to Sky5, and because they've just been playing really well together as a team, and so if you go to one singular point to fight it out, I think that gives an advantage to Sky5.
I don't disagree with you. Like we can tell them, we don't have to keep it too much of a secret. We can Infernal Shrines will be our next map, and I agree with you, but I have this feeling that the overall like push potential could go over to gillyShark. I think because the team fight's different. Like Cursed Hollow has the objective setups are like, favorable to one side, or it's the dead center of the map. Whereas on Infernal Shrines, it's the dead center of the map, and there's a lot more disengage opportunities, especially with like the middle and the bottom shrine. But top shrine, like you're kind of cornered in there, much like kind of Towers of Doom with the bottom altar down there. So I wonder, like, will that change be enough for the gillySharks, or will the members of Sky5, as you said, like still just win because of the team fight? Like that's the only outlier for me, is because while the Sky5 did have strong team fights, I wonder if the map positioning and the overall like structure of how they're fighting and what side of the map it is will affect this at all, as looks like we have the readies from both teams, and so we're gonna get going into game number 3 for this Infernal Shrines map. We're mostly just vamping for time here, but either way, we are getting into this Infernal Shrines game. So as you said, so you're kind of leaning a little bit more towards Sky5, and I think I'm leaning a little towards gillyShark here, so we'll see who takes this game 3.
Yeah, and it's just a little bit of opinion at the beginning.
Sure,
like
yeah.
Both teams, either team could like completely pull this out and win it handedly. It's just something that I've noticed over the first 2 games. But these teams have been very close, especially in game 1. So I think this one could go either way, and I'm excited to see what gets picked up. I
absolutely agree with you. I think both of them are they're strong teams. So for anyone wondering at home why we're in game number 3, how we got to Infernal Shrines, let's get you caught up on that information. Home team this evening was Sky5. They banned out Tomb of Spider Queen and Braxis Holdout. Alterac Pass and Towers of Doom banned out by gillyShark. First map was Dragonshire, chosen by gillyShark. They won that map. Losing team can either choose first pick or map pick. Map pick was chosen for game number 2. That's going to be Sky5 taking us to Cursed Hollow. They won that map. Now game number 3, gillyShark chose first pick as the losing team. So we're going to be seeing Infernal Shrines as the map choice of Sky5. So we get back into our draft, and we see a Kerazim immediately banned out. Not wanting to deal with the 8-time 100% win rate Kerazim. I don't blame him.
Apparently, yeah, I would get rid of Kerazim as well. My goodness, that's quite a record to have.
Did you look at the damage numbers after that game? Because I did not on the Kerazim.
When you asked me to look over stats and talk about them, I just talked about silly stuff and did not address the numbers at all, and my brain has completely emptied them out of my mind. So no. Oh, I can't remember.
I would like your badge and your gun on my desk by the end of the day.
I will turn them in. All I have is my kazoo and my goat. Will that work?
That is exactly what I'm asking for.
Sad kazoo noises.
I should have said your goat and your kazoo. I just couldn't think of anything quick enough. God, that's perfect. Anyways, Li Ming will be banned out as well. Decker Kane's still up and available, but first pick is over to gillyShark. They could either go for the Joanna. They could look at the Decker Kane. There's a lot of really strong first picks they can come out the gate with. I personally think Joanna on Infernal Shrines is just such a hard thing to pass up. Grouping of minions. Oh
my. I forgot to tell you that I'm first pick material. I'm Deckard Kane.
That will give Zool, though, over to the side of Sky5. And Zool's wave clear, shrine clear, overall push pressure. I love this. Who is the co-caster? You should hit exclamation mark co-caster. I know how to talk, I swear. I've done this like once or twice. Joanna will be grabbed though on the left. My co-caster this evening's Weenus, if you do not know. Yeah, shout out most Weenus. Thank you, Ektar. Thank you. Yes, Weenus, this beautiful boy next to me, is my co-caster this evening. Wonderful man, does a lot of casting, does a lot of streaming, is really, really fun to watch, and did a 24-hour stream for their birthday, and honest to God, such a delight watching that stream all day. That was so much fun.
I'm still picking up confetti.
I don't blame you. I'm sure there's confetti everywhere after a party like that. But Tassadar Imperius, this is some single target blow up that is very, very terrifying on the side of gillyShark.
Yeah, I like it. And especially, we've moved from people with white hair from Zool and Deckard, and now we've moved to people that aren't showing any hair with the Tassadar and Imperius. So I don't know what that tells you, but maybe.
See, now they ban out the Phoenix because they're like, well, Phoenix is bald as well.
They're onto them. All right, so also respect Ben for the chromie. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm still confused with that Sky Temple game you and I were playing before casting. Where just like someone was like, "Hey, I'm watching your stream and you're bald," and it's like,
like, "Hey, I'm watching the game and you are not with the team." Like, come, Artanis, come help us.
I don't know. Sorry, it's still like. I don't know what it is with Twitch and people in general on the internet, but they really like to point out when other people are bald. I don't know why, but I find that so very often. And finally, after months of everyone asking in chat, we do get a Cassia pickup. I actually kind of expect them to go for an Ana on the side of Sky5. Like, an Ana would pair into this so very well.
Yeah, it's you gotta have a little bit of a moving target with Mephisto and Cassia jumping in for the Fend, but otherwise, I think staying a little bit back and being able to pump those healing darts into your teammates is going to be very, very helpful. I like it. We'll see. I'm gonna get my big chicken ready just in case we see the Ana locked in.
Okay, I'm gonna pull off my headphones ever so slightly.
Just the time. Well, it's the medium one, so it's not like the.
Oh no, I can see it, but it's still because I just have you max volume in my headphones. Hey, Baha, do you know that you're bald? Thank you, Lesh.
You got it! You did it. You called it. Well played.
Wait, it's not a bald cap? Yeah, I've actually been wearing a bald cap this entire time.
I think it's people who just like have a Mr. Clean, like daydream about Mr. Clean all the time, and then they see you and they're like,
do I need to go get like one ear pierced? Is that like... God forbid I ever lose my beard. I'll just do Mr. Clean streams. That's just me. Like,
yeah, I love it.
Like, I'll just do all the cosplay I've always wanted to do as a bald man with no beard. Mr. Clean, that's it.
Stream title: Bald Man with No Beard. Just chatting.
Just chatting. Come by and remind me that I have no hair. I haven't remembered for the last 8 years or anything.
The first stream before that is just shaving.
Just shaving.
Oh my.
Oh, thank you all for joining us this evening. As I mentioned beforehand, if you don't know who Weenus is, please follow them on Twitch and Twitter and all those good places. Yik Yak, TikTok. I think they have an OnlyFans or something like that. But let's go ahead and get on into game number 1. On the left-hand side, we got the members of Sky5 trying to take this series as we have an immediate pause in our game. Let's get back towards our cameras as I guess we can talk about your OnlyFans.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so I have a room in my house, and I want to make sure that it's set up correctly. I have fans all around in a circle, and that's the only thing in the room. So it's my fans only room, and it gets hot, so you just turn on all the fans, and they'll cool you off a little bit.
Oh my God, Kaylee, no, don't change your title.
no!
Kaleo, please.
The ball over here just chatting. Oh my goodness. It feels wrong to be having this much fun. I'm going to turn myself in. I'm going to turn myself in after this.
Oh my god. I love you, chat. You're the best. Kaleo, you beautiful human. Happy Canada Day to everyone, specifically Kaleo. Happy Canada Day to you, buddy. All right, so we got some readies. That is going to be on you for the unpause. We have to wait for the ready from the other team, I think.
All right. As soon as we get that, I'll do the countdown. Oh my goodness. That's really funny.
All right, the readies are there.
Here we
All
go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go.
Alrighty, on the left-hand side, we got the members of Sky5 trying to take the series here and continue their run through the playoffs for Division A East. We got Crafty Devil on the Joanna. We have got Frank Jukes will be on the Cassia, Alan by default on the Ana, Apple Mike on the Zool, and we have Frill on that Mephisto.
And for gillyShark, we have Chymotrypsin on Deckard Kane, Veggies on ETC, Ryokai, excuse me, Ryokai, on Raynor, Stark playing Tassadar, and Chess Looter on Imperius. Leah, fetch me my water.
With that, we do have Deckard Kane. Thank you for coming in the studio. Thanks for coming by. You're going to have to give the headset back to Weenus really quickly. And, we got a Sapphire to start things out with, so no Scroll of Sealing at level 1 to be able to... Yeah, Scroll Sealing, to be able to... Or is it Scroll of Identify? Yeah, Scroll of Identify level 1 for the Scroll Sealing, for the stacking, and all that good stuff. But anyways, Weenus, welcome back in the studio. What's your thoughts on this game?
Oh yeah, sorry, Deckard just stopped by for a second to get his AARP card. He mailed it to me for some reason, I don't know. Like, he's a little bit, absent-minded. Anyways, I think we have an interesting game headed up, and we have camps popping up in about 4 seconds. We see teams getting ready to take those right away.
Yeah, this is a big thing. I was actually talking about this in my stream yesterday when I was playing Storm League. Like, a big thing with a lot of teams. Like, someone was talking about doing like camp or battlefield flashcards and stuff like that. Like when to do camp timers, and like that's the big thing. Like a lot of these camps you want to grab immediately when it spawns or slash the 1 minute mark is also as it's called. Dragonshire, Infernal Shrines, Battlefield of Eternity. I mean, Battlefield is a little more contested between the top and bottom camp, and kind of Tomb is the same thing with the Siege Giants in bottom lane, but right now the bottom is going to be the big contest. ETC power slides in, trying to get some disruption, trying to push people around. No 4 talent tier yet, so they're not able to get the increased knockback with the face melt with the loudspeakers, but that will be the camp grabbed in favor for Sky5. Veggie's trying to get themselves out of here. Does get the power slide, used the face melt already, but no kill going over to any side just yet. First Punisher will be Arcane and in top lane.
Sky5 choosing to get the neutral camp first means that they can drop back and pick up their own siege camp after that fight, assuming that they win. And so they'll be able to get the 2 camps to the 1. It'll probably get cleaned up pretty fast mid, but, the more camps, the better. So, more.
In about 15 seconds or so, we're going to be seeing the announcement for the Punisher. Since it will be top lane, they don't really need to... Sorry, my cheeks hurt from laughing so much, Weenus. Yeah, I know you're gonna clip it.
Are you thankful for the sword cheeks?
Thank you so much for the sword cheeks.
Oh, okay, there we go.
I gotta thank Kaleo for the short cheeks this time. Camp's gonna be grabbed. The big thing here is like this camp, it won't get a ton of value, but it does add pressure in the top lane. It also does give you a little of experience advantage as well, or at least gives you some more experience, as we do see them grab this on the left-hand side a little bit later, but it will kind of push in, and it does give time for everyone to kind of get in position in this lane. 7 seconds as the spawning is going to be kind of commencing, and Kaimo is going to be setting up here. Nice use of the Scroll of Sealing to be trying at least check if anyone's over there. I just want to double check on that ability. Yes. So, and they're also dropping a lot of potions, getting the they're getting themselves set up for this objective phase as camp clear coming in from Sky5. Let's pull away the talents and see what happens here, Weenus.
Well, Sky5 is going to go ahead and clear out that camp. They're going to have their own pushing right below the objective. A little bit of split attention, I think, for gillyShark. But we do have Ruby picked up, so a lot of mini potions going to be dropped on the battlefield.
Apple Mike takes so much damage. They don't get picked off, but they're to the point where they're now kind of just doing this gigantic kite towards the left-hand side to get out of here. But they're still working the skeletal defenders. Ana does have some good healing. A little bit of a lull in the fight right now, but it will be 15-6 when it comes to skeletal defenders in favor of gillyShark. Crafty Devil going to get hit with the Celestial Spear. They're going to throw the Scroll of Sealing as well. Veggie's trying to power slide into the backline. They're going to be able to get the face melt onto Apple Mike with the increased knockback, but Veggie's taking so much damage. Will be first blood. Will they be able to find a counter kill? Apple Mike's so very low. They don't actually end up go for it. Ryokai and friends just looking to get more skeletal defenders as it's 10 seconds on ETC, but 7 talent here in favor for the members of Sky5.
Still have 5 seconds for ETC to spawn before they come back up into the top, and so gillyShark is going to have to back off, and I'm not sure if they're going to be able to go back in and engage on this. So I think Sky5 might be able to take this. Only need 9 more for gillyShark, though, so they might come in and try to snipe a few of those minions.
Yeah, Celestial Charge does connect onto Frank Jukes. I'm not actually 100% sure if it actually did. It seemed a little bit of a weird interaction. ETC is just now getting back, but do they lose one to the fend? Face melt from ETC. Ryokai so very low, does end up going down. Celestial Charge goes in. They find the counter kill into Cassia. 36-33 when it comes to skeletal defenders. They're going to have Crafty Devil just back off and grab the last little bit. Apple Mike might be getting killed out here, but they do have those cursed strikes from level 4 and 7, giving them attack speed and healing, so they were able to self-sustain through that so very well. We'll cycle through the numbers so you can get an idea of what that looks like, but now gillyShark in the defensive posture as they don't get the bait over the wall with the Punisher. ETC stepping a little too far out.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that was a very, very close fight there. A huge stun coming out from Chest Looter, getting that big spear. I think maybe hitting 2 or 3. But an excellent wall also from Tastar. But it is going to go for Sky5. It does get the front wall. It'll be trying to eat its veggies there. Not going to quite get that. But you know, the first Punisher isn't the strongest, but it is getting quite a bit of value for the first Punisher, I would say.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that was a big jump from the Punisher as well. Power Slide from ETC does connect onto Pharaoh. That's going to be a wonderful force wall. Nice little tickle beam from Tassadar confirms the kill. Meanwhile, Imperius is just trying to make sure the experience doesn't go over too easily to the enemy side, as they are going to potentially find a Power Slide and a kill onto the Joanna. That's going to be a 2 for 3 overall during the first objective phase. But down in bottom lane, Imperius is just a thick stabby daddy, and I think he's able to back out of here with a potion waiting for him.
Nice. We'll have to clear that camp. I think that's one of the downsides of picking Imperius as a bruiser is your wave clear. It just is not that great. So it'll take Imperius quite a while to clear much of anything.
Tassadar rotating down. This is a team fight that's a little more so in favor of Sky5. ETC just trying to get out of the damage, trying to find their way to a potion from Kaimo Tripson, but not able to do so. Cheslater now back in here is trying to disrupt, but the camp still goes over to the side of Sky5. Frill chasing in, gets a Skull Missile out. This is going to be Lightning Nova build Mephisto, so their damage is really going to skyrocket. I believe at 16 when they get percent-based damage as well off of that, so something that they really need to be wary of on the side of gillyShark, especially with that ETC Imperius potentially getting shredded.
An aggressive camp invade here. Siege camp picked up by Sky5. They're going to steal that away from gillyShark. And both teams hitting 10s now, so we'll see some interesting heroics come out and see what kind of wombo combos or synergy we can have between them.
Oh, Valkyrie comes out. That's going to pull one. Bless Shield goes out from Crafty Devil as well. And the single target pull is going to go over in favor of Sky5 right there. That is a massive win for them. I mean, we don't have the objective phase yet, but still, just that slows them down inside the gillyShark. They're gonna have to turtle up a little bit. The experience that was slowly kind of matched out is gonna be increasing in favor of Sky5 as they also go ahead and steal away this camp on the right-hand side, so gillyShark has no bruiser camp to throw in during the objective phase, but no, they jump in here, and Weenus, I can't believe it, the cube goes out with the Decker Cane Ruby. Cassie is the first one to go down. Frill very low, trying to get into the backline. I think they're nano boosted, but they end up getting picked off. This is going so sideways as they drop the Poison Nova as well. Moshpit from ETC onto Ana. This is a solo dance from the cow, but that solo dance is so impactful because there's no healing, but Rio, so very low, is going to go down. They get the Zool, they get the Joanna. That is going to be almost all 5 going down. Allen, by default, has to deal with the veggies. Sleep. Did I? Okay, there's the sleep dart. Okay. I was about to be like, wait a minute, did the sleep dart go out and they just didn't get slept right there for a second? But no. I believe there was the debilitating dart that went out to slow and everything, and they just said, all right, I have to burn the sleep dart as well. So a lot used, a lot lost, and that will be a bit of an advantage for the gillySharks here as our Mortar Punisher comes in through bottom lane. Weenus, thoughts on that engagement and thoughts on the future of this game?
I was worried about gillyShark going into that camp late, as that did not work out well for them in game number 2, but they were able to turn that fight, getting a 4 for 1. They did lose the camp, but getting 4 kills, I think that's worth, as they were easily able to clean up that camp, and it didn't get any pushing power. And here they are, getting to start early on the objective.
Let's actually jump over to the vision for the enemy team, or at least I'll show that for stream right now so they have an idea of what they're seeing and how they're setting up. There's going to be the danger ping because the Veggies was already anchoring, and I wanted to kind of highlight Veggies anchoring. Blessed Shield comes out from Crafty Devil. They're looking for the big burst onto ETC, and they will be able to find it. Kaimo trips and tried to throw out a Haraja Cube with a Ruby, but it wasn't quick enough, and they weren't able to heal up the cow. And I think they're going to give this over for now. ETC's down for the next 18. Do they try and go back into this? What's the game plan? Do they just go for clear and top? I'm not too sure about this, Weenus.
Yeah, that was a good pick by Sky5, and I think they do get this objective, and I think gillyShark is probably just going to give it. They might want to send somebody top to deal with that camp, otherwise they're just going to have to give up that top fort, as that Shaman camp is going to put some serious hurt up there. It looks like we're going to see a response from Imperius.
Yeah, Imperius going up to deal with that. Unfortunately, gillyShark on the winning end of the objective for the second time, and just not able to capitalize on it. And this has just been 2 times in a row. We'll see if, I mean, we are starting to scale with these Punishers. This is Mortar. It does slap kind of hard, but is considered one of the weakest out of the bunch. As I say, the Stark loses half their health, but everyone who's played on this map is just like, oh yeah, it's Mortar. Like, it does some damage, but it's not like anything like the Arcane or the Frozen Punisher. Look at ETC on the top left of the screen, looking for a potential power slide in here, Weenus, but the Punisher jumps and sets them up for a double kill. Holy crap.
Oh my goodness. Really nice follow-up there from Sky5, waiting for the Punisher to go in and then capitalizing on it, getting those double kills. ETC looking, Veggie's trying to get a flank in there, just didn't present itself, and well execution by Sky5 in that objective push.
God, that I just was watching it back on my stream, and just that was so well, like, they were waiting for the Punisher jump. It came through just exactly how they needed it to, and that is a quick double kill. But death timers are still pretty low. Punisher gets cleared out. They lose the bottom lane fort, and this will still be 14s up, but we do have about a half a level lead in favor for Sky5, and everyone's ready, back, and able to clear lanes and get in position. Fro dives out, but I don't think they're going to be... I don't think they step any further into this mid lane. It's not like they have any sort of massive advantage. I was waiting... Oh, Veggies drops the mosh pit a touch too late. They might have had that if they got it right after. There's the power slide, excuse me, there's not the power slide, there's going to be the Blessed Shield, the Durance of Hate, the Stay Wall to counter it. Valkyrie comes out as well. Kaimo gonna get pulled out. I don't think the Decker Cane lives through this one, and that'll be a double kill once again for Sky5.
Ooh, Frank Jukes with those Valkyries. 100, pulling them in, great displacement. It will allow Sky5 to push in, take this mid fort, and they've taken out all the forts now on the side of gillyShark. And they're on their way to 16, coming up shortly.
Not far off. Talent tier advantage. Yeah, this is looking very momentum favored in for Sky5. They will be a Frozen Punisher in top lane, so they're going to go ahead and try and set up this front gate a little bit here, as Apple Mike is just going to get some curse strikes in right there, but they do have this camp grab on the left-hand side. It is it's a level lead. It's not that much, but next objective should be announced fairly soon, so they're gonna have to make quick work of this experience if they want to try and fight over this next objective phase. Otherwise, they're gonna eat a third Punisher going straight to a keep front gate.
Early team fight advantage seemed to be going over gillyShark, as they had gotten most of the kills, and now it seems to be switching over into Sky5's favor. And let's see if they can get some picks here. Here comes a Valkyrie again. It is gonna completely eliminate Raynor.
Blessed Shield, Valkyrie, Durance of Hate. I actually don't think they had Durance of Hate because I think it's longer. No, actually they had Durance of Hate. So 3 heroics, what? Durance of Hate is 50 seconds, Blessed Shield is 60, and Valkyrie is 60. So you basically have all 3 guaranteed every single time you're gonna go for this. So every 60 seconds, they can single target dive. And I think gillyShark needs to be wary of that, especially after the after that happening roughly 3 times in a row in the last few minutes. But as I said, they do have enough time to grab the level 16 talent here, and I was actually a little off of my timer. I thought it was a lot sooner. There it's going to be, as we have 30 seconds for that next objective. But 16's in the hand of gillyShark. Everyone's up. 13 minutes in this game. Frozen Punisher. Weenus, do you think they can turn this around, or will Sky5 continue just to run this down?
Well, you talked about the scaling of the Punishers on this map, and, we are getting later in the game, and they get stronger and stronger and stronger. So if you lose the early ones, you can still come back and win if you get the later game Punishers. So, if these team fights, I think it's really going to come down to this team fight up here. you know, if gillyShark gets it, they can maybe restore some of the synergy on the map and maybe get something started for themselves.
And I agree. They are on a bit of a timer, though, because they do have that bottom lane crashing in. Mid lane does have a catapult in its favor as well, and bottom lane is going to be coming through with a catapult soon. So they might be sacrificing a little bit here, but they are going to be ahead in the Skeletal Defenders. I believe an Archon form was already pulled out from the Tassar. There's a Endurance of Hate. Veggie's taking a lot of damage, drops the Mosh, but stay a while. Unless going to be coming out, that's going to be a lot of damage onto two of the members. The ETC still dancing, doesn't go down. They're going to find a Celestial Charge. The ETC does end up going down right there as the Poison Nova comes out from Zul, but that is a 2-4-1 in favor of the gillySharks. This is going to be camp and top lane, camp and bottom lane crashing on through. Punisher going over to the side of gillyShark, but someone has to go back and deal with this. ETC's down for the next 30 seconds, but they know that they can't just leave one, or they can't just leave three. They need to get this Punisher. So now the Hearth is actually already coming out from Stark. Mid lane's going to be cleared out by the enemy team. I think this is actually, they're going to go to bottom lane and try and end, which pulls them off of the Punisher, or they're just giving top lane forward. I'm not sure here, Weenus.
I think they're just creating more distraction, more wave push. Getting this camp, I don't know. I guess they just don't want to fight in the top. They're still waiting for their teammates to respond. Sky5,
True.
so I think they might even take this other siege camp. And I mean, they got a keep out of it. If you lose the Punisher and you get a keep, that's still not so bad. That's kind of good for your team.
No, I agree. That's going to be consistent catapult pressure through that bottom lane. And so if the next Punisher's mid, or by some miracle it jumps into bottom lane or into top lane again, that's going to be a ticking time bomb on the side of gillyShark, much like how on Volskaya Foundry, you know, control point C. If you get an early keep on Volskaya Foundry in top lane, you can play control point C so slow as the enemy team because you have consistent catapult pressure coming out in your favor, and you can win the game purely by just letting the catapults and delaying that entire point. So we'll see how this works out, as the Punisher did get a top lane fort, but it's going to get a little damage on the top lane keep front gate. This does at least match out the catapults in top. Bottom lane, though, is going to be something they really got to keep their eye on here on the side of gillyShark.
Yeah, we're getting close to level 20s for Sky5. If possible, I mean, gillyShark is down a level, but they might want to try to find a fight before 20, or just dig in deep and try to get 20 themselves. And if they do that, they are going to have to give up some camps, as they just won't. Well, they'll be down a talent tier, and it's not an advantageous fight for them.
Yeah, we got 2 minutes on the camp on the left. We have a minute 45 on the right. Bottom lane is just about to come up, and they're getting their fallen shaman right now. Veggie's going to be anchoring for the team in the bush. Chest leader going to be just kind of rotating around, just ready with a celestial charge. They don't need it. They don't go for it. Top lane pressure coming out. Bruiser camp on the left-hand side is going to be up in about a minute, but with that, they're actually not showing in lane, and they're going to be going for this camp. But Weenus, if I was a player in this game, I'd be like, they have to be on bottom lane camp. You just won't be able to rotate down there quick enough.
Yeah, absolutely. And you don't want to fight them there either. You're 18 to 20, and there's just so much pressure. If you lose a fight, a team fight, there's just so much pressure in all the other lanes that it's going to come in and it's going to push in on the remaining keeps that you do have. So taking a fight and losing it is very, very dangerous at this point for gillyShark.
Absolutely. They do not want to step into this enemy team, and they need a level and some change. Top lane kind of isn't going to be in their favor because this is a fallen shaman with a catapult as well, so it's going to push and win this lane. And now you can see them slowly inching forward on the side of Sky5. They're looking to set up for a single target gank with maybe the Valkyrie Endurance of Hate and Blessed Shield sort of combo, but gillyShark kind of knows this, and they're just turtling up. Look at Stark in bottom lane, not even going past the fallen keep, doesn't even step towards their front gate because it's just too far back or too far forward. So they're playing this as safe as they possibly can. And now, Fallen Shaman on the keep front gate, they do need to deal with this because I'm looking at how quickly this Fallen Shaman just took out a tower. So they do back off, and so at least gillyShark can breathe a little sigh of relief as they do see them in that top lane, but knowing that they're going to have to deal with a Shaman camp of their own. Mid lane will be the Arcane Punisher. Man, Weenus, this game, I'll be honest, it's wild. I'm not sure who takes this.
Really good patience from both teams there.
Yeah.
gillyShark not overstepping, knowing that they could be waiting for them, not seeing anybody going to respond to that top camp, and Sky5 waiting as long as they possibly could before going and clearing that camp, just waiting for gillyShark to make a mistake.
And they know. I mean, look at this right now. Look at the entire team right now, strategizing and dancing. Hold on, there it is. There you go.
They say a siege camp, no problem. We can clear that easy peasy. 20, we're gonna wait for it.
Yep.
We're gonna wait for it and get it safely.
So they're gonna let this turtle into them. This is gonna be mid lane Arcane Punisher. gillyShark.
Sometimes the smartest thing to do is nothing, and it's so hard to do.
Oh, absolutely. That's why you gotta dance. You gotta press Y and T. Gotta press Y and T.
Nice.
But yeah, we have 20s up. perfect gems for the Decker Cane, so it's like a 6-second on Haragic and 5-second on the Emerald, and you can get cooldown reduction just from being around people because he's an old man. Deathmosh, though, for the ETC, they're looking to capitalize on Veggie's just mispositioning, or even getting like a double duration mosh. Like you drop the mosh, you get picked off, and you drop another mosh. Archon form is going to be, Twilight Archon form was picked up as well. We'll have to see here, Wayness. It's so far in favor of the members of Sky5, but let's also mention Shaman Camp and top lane coming through. They need to deal with that. Catapults are mounting in bottom lane as well, but that's going to be a huge blast shield. They're throwing everything, and immediately gillySharks are actually turning this around in their favor. Valkyrie comes out. That will be Zul, the first one to go down. Kaimo very, very low. Tries to keep the team alive, but that will be Imperius and Decker going down 2 for 2 as they do find the Zul and the Cassia. Frill? Deathmosh doesn't get the value they're looking for, and Stark and Raynor need to back off and clear core as the... Oh my god, the mid lane Punisher will go over to the side of Sky5.
At least they do have a keep available that's still up in the mid lane for gillyShark, so that'll help a little bit, but this is a 19-minute Punisher. This is gonna, and you know, if you have 3 members of your team down, so this is gonna be a tough defense, but let's see what they can pull off.
Yeah, 210 in auto currently, 34,000 health on this Punisher. Closest one to coming back is going to be Deckard and Imperius, as they're just about the same 20 seconds, and we have ETC 8 seconds behind them, but they're already just going to be diving past, trying to get as much damage in here. And we're going to pull away talents here because they're going to step to core and they're looking to end game, but they are missing their Cassie and Zul as well. So it's 3 to siege in with this Punisher. Main source of damage will be Zul and said Punisher as Stark loses the Twilight Archon form, and shield on core comes back a little bit.
Healthy Punisher still got 80%, and it's going to jump and stun too. Oh, and oh my goodness, here comes a huge blow up onto Tastar as well as Decker Kane. Oof, 2 down. And
I
the
saw
core's dropping. 30, 25, 10, 7, 0. GG's.
Sky5 gonna move on in the Division A East bracket, knocking gillyShark out. GG. Well played.
Whew. What a map coming down to just all out madness all over each other on these objectives. Well played by both teams. Congratulations to Sky5 moving on.
Let's find out if one of the players wants to do an interview, if I can spell interview correctly. And we'll talk to them about what they think. What were the bans? How am I seeing Joe Tassadar, ETC, Cassie, Azul, and Deckard Kane? There was a Rhaegar ban. There was a Li Ming ban. A Chromie ban.
Chromie was in there.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't remember
Rhaegar,
off the top of my head. Sorry.
There was a Kerosene ban.
Oh yeah, there was a respect ban of that as well. Yeah.
It's just too much. When the team's player pool is so deep, you know, you can't ban everything.
Absolutely. All right. Well, we're gonna lose your pretty face. Unfortunately, we're gonna jump into a call with one of the winning players. So let's jump into lobby 2 here and chat with one of the players from Sky5.
I'll see you over there.
All right. Let's get back into the triple cast. Turn off Juanis's video. And we are joined by Frill at this time. Congratulations on your 2-1 victory. How you feeling?
Feel pretty good.
You sound a little out of breath right there. Did did game 1 kind of catch you off guard? Were you just like, oh, what? Wait, hold on. What?
Oh, game 1. I don't know. We changed our game plan halfway through, I think, and it didn't work out too well.
Understandable.
But, I mean, honestly, we started strong. They just kept getting a pick at the end. That's really all. That's the only way they beat us, is they kept getting 1-man picks at the end, and it just, like, I think
just
Crafty first, and then me, and then Crafty again, and it was just, we just couldn't catch up for 4v5, right?
That's understandable. So looking at the further down in the bracket, you will go up against the winner of, Team Happy Cloud versus Too Calculated to Throw. Any thoughts on who's going to win that, who you're going to be going up against, and who do you want to go up against?
I think, you know what, honestly, this right now, this league is so even. I don't have a preferred person. I think Happy Cloud has done better in the past, like according to rank, but
yeah.
Other than that, like honestly, I mean, we just faced the 7 team, right? And it could have went either way.
Oh yeah, no. Weenus and I were talking about that before game number 3. We were just like, I think it could be either team. Like the team fight's strong on both, and like map orientation could change things.
They beat us the first time we played this season, actually.
Oh, was that the first game of the season too? Wasn't it? Or am I misremembering? It was like super early or something, wasn't it?
No, that was like somewhere in the middle, but
okay. Maybe I'm thinking of like a different season then.
Yeah, but I feel like their macro is just annoying to deal with. Like, it's so good. It's like I feel like it's just a battle of endurance. Like if you watch our first series, both games came down to a very late game team fight.
Mm-hmm. No, it is such a fun game to watch and cast. I'm gonna throw it over to Weenus if he has any questions for you.
Burritos or tacos? What is your favorite?
Good question.
Burritos.
Oh, yes. Well, I mean, the right answer is both, but you can't be docked for that because I said one or the other.
I was gonna say it. I mean, if it's Mexican food, I'm eating it.
You guys had so many counters in game number 1 too. Was Bloodlust like heavily on your mind when you're thinking about picking up like the Gust and disengages with Stukov, or is that just happened to play in other strategies for you guys?
Yeah, it was the Stukov. We probably shouldn't have picked the Stukov. I think we'd win too many. But yeah, the freaking Bloodlust these days is just dumb. You'll probably see us playing it every game, and we just don't want to face it. It's just too powerful. I mean, at the end of that game, it was like 30 seconds of Bloodlust there. I mean, it feels like it anyway. I know it's only like 15 or something, but yeah. I don't know. It's broken. Really annoying to deal with. But yeah, I hate that.
Well, I thought you guys did really well with countering it, and gave me some ideas as well. Just looking at what you guys picked up, so maybe like you said, maybe one too many. I don't know. They all seemed pretty good, but I thought it was great.
When we jumped into the game, I was really afraid of us like just overlapping them all, and it never really happened, I was impressed. But yeah, it seemed to work out, but until we just kept getting those picks late, it sucked.
One more question just for me, and that is, after you lose game 1 in the series, is there anything that you do like as far as like a pep talk to your team going into game 2, or anything that you need to do personally, like take a minute, or like what does that process look like for you?
Honestly, we had a rough season last season in like Storm League, so we were getting used to losing, so there was no really pep talk. Honestly, it was who the hell are we banning, and we're banning Rhaegar because we're not dealing with it anymore. So that's all it was. It was just what's the strategy. We also spent a little bit of time picking our maps. That's about it. We weren't really down at all. It was a really close game.
Absolutely, yeah, yep. And where, I know I probably have asked you this before, but where does Sky5? Where does that name come from?
I don't know. So the guy
we were birthed into NGS with the name.
So the guy that made the name isn't on the team anymore, and like he tried to brand it and everything. Like he got his shirts, but he disappeared. And that was like 5 years ago. And we just kept the name because people knew us as Sky5, and I don't think we just never changed the name. I'm assuming it's 5 people.
My first chair league team I was ever on, it was the exact same thing. Some dude named us after their guild and then like dipped a week later, and we just kept the name for like a season and a half or whatever. Like it was just like, why? Like we got through half a season, we're like, next season we should change. And then I just dipped because I was like, I'm gonna cast. Anyways, seriously though, such fun games. Just really quickly from Twitch chat, Ryokai, GG Sky5, win it all for us. Stark giving an up arrow to that as well. So the gillyShark's now saying you got to win the entire division. So no pressure, just casually win it out for them. But no, these games were a blast to cast. They were so much fun to watch, and thank you so much for playing and letting us cast all that. Before we let you run out of here, are there any shouts that you'd like to give? The floor is all yours.
Shout out to Gilly. They're so much fun to play because they're so challenging. I feel like they're better than their record right now. I was surprised when I saw that they were 7 at the end. But shout out to my team, obviously. We shout out to Mike picking up some new heroes lately. That's been really helpful. And shout out to my wife to yell at so that she can hear me because she's watching. All right, that's it.
Well, thank you for the interview. Thank you so much for the games. You have a wonderful night, and we'll see you all further down in the playoffs for Division A.